Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. Hi, Linda Golf, Sister Girl, Second Act. Shazamo, thank you. Kiba Lion. Okay, today's Thursday. Oh my God, the week is flying by. Linda Golf says DeSantis and Jacksonville press conference. I just saw something speaking to his base, and they are telling him a good governor he is. Yeah, of course. Also, his stand on COVID, don't listen to White House doctors. Yeah, well, you know where that leads. We've seen so many prominent or so-called mask people who said they're not going to wear a mask, and they expose themselves and they die. We've seen many of those. So it's okay. As long as you protect yourself, you stay away from large crowds and wear your mask. But I was watching, there's a clip on Twitter. I don't know if it was part of that news conference. This guy has well, the people in the room stood up and applaud because there's a black guy who was talking to him about what's going on in Florida. They did not show, the clip did not contain how it started. They simply showed the part. They were showing DeSantis' face, his disdain, because we know he can't handle challenges. If you challenge him in any way, shape, or form, he loses it. And the gentleman said something to the effect that DeSantis is allowing people like the KKK and these type of people to chase him down as a black person. DeSantis did not handle that well at all, and it's on Twitter. But it is sad and insulting to watch something like that. But I don't see him going anywhere, thank God. And sister girl, second act is asking, with all the chaos going on in New York City, Texas, Boston, Chicago, etc., regarding the border, what is Biden's solution? I'm not an expert, and this is really, it's not an intuitive, it's not a psychic question. This is a political question or something to that effect, but I'll give you an answer. The Biden administration would love to be able to solve this problem. But it's not a problem that Biden has to fix. And it takes Congress, Biden, and the Senate to fix this problem. But a lot of people feel it's in their best interest, or to play ping pong with it. When Democrats are in power, Republicans say it's their fault, and when it's the other way around, So I'm not an expert on immigration. But according to what I hear, it takes two to tango. So both parties have to put their heads together and do something. But if you look at Marjorie Taylor Greene, the way every day, she probably tweets 10,000 times a day about the border. So that question is better suited for Marjorie Taylor Greene. Why, instead of complaining, they don't get together and come up with a solution? I'm sure Democrats will at least try to work that out. That's what I've heard some of them say, because I'm Democrat leaning. So I don't. It takes two to tango. Okay. All right. Let's see. Having said that, how many of you saw that the interview last night? It's on YouTube. I watched it. I was wondering when he was going to allow Mehdi Hasan to interview him, because I know that's the only journalist, really. I think he's a journalist that could interview someone like him. And basically don't let him roll just pull the rug over his eyes and insist that he answers the questions. Vivek is not feeling very good today, but as we know, people in his position, there is a reason he's running. And people around him are saying, don't worry about it. But he had his ego bruised last night with after Mehdi Hasan was done with him. I feel Mehdi did an amazing job. And you know what bothers me the most is the way Vivek went about getting $50,000. The guy made over $700,000 that year. And he went and took $50,000. $50,000 is money that could have helped someone who really needed the money. But like I said, I believe it was Monday I said that, I feel this guy, he's done stuff. I did not know about the Alzheimer's medication, and if you hear yesterday the way he danced around, all the ideas that he has and all that kind of stuff, and he wants to go back after his presidential whatever is over. He will go back to the pharmaceutical arena and try to continue doing research for a cure for Alzheimer's. Yeah. It takes so long. That's one thing I know a little bit about. I used to work for a biomedical company. I was one of the, all those things are computerized. And it's not like today. In those days, in the 1980s, 1979, 1980. So it was at the beginning of the proliferation of computers all over the place. So we did everything in-house. So I still have friends I worked with at that company at the time. And let me tell you guys, to develop any type of drugs, never mind something for Alzheimer's, it takes a very long time. Not only, I'm sure some of you know a lot better about it than I do, but I can remember when I was there about 30-something years ago, 40, the cycles. First of all, developing the drug, testing, okay, oh my God, it takes a long time. And Vivek is trying to convince me that he was able to develop some kind of drug as if the way he presented it, as though he did the development and all those type of things. I'm sure he probably bought a company that was developing the drug and raised the money some way, somehow, because if you listen to this guy, man, I could never do what he does. I can do that. My problem would be sleeping with myself. I mean, sleeping at night. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say sleeping with myself, but sleeping at night. Okay. Doing things like that. So you can tell. He can convince a lot of people to give him money to invest in a company. Okay, and then he turns around and he sells it, makes it a whole lot of money. So it seems like that's what he did. In any event, I don't believe for 1 second this guy is on the level in any way, shape, or form in anything that he does. Like I said before, I feel intuitively he's a fraud, and it's a matter of time before he gets some handcuffs. Mark my word. That's my prediction. And Trump can have him for vice president. Maybe they'll both get arrested after Trump gets convicted and they come after him at the same time. Yeah. So, but I feel intuitively after I watched it's obvious. After I watched the interview on YouTube, oh my God. And his arrogance. Whenever, I don't know how many of you saw it. He's, and in an underhanded way, he tries to insult you so that you can back off, so he can snow you with some more baloney. That's what he does, among other techniques that he uses. He tries to, he will flatter you sometimes. He will try to bully you sometimes. And sometimes he will try to put you down. If you guys watch and then the way he goes about, you have to tell your audience the truth, or let me tell your audience, or something to that effect. Yeah, he's pretty arrogant. But thank God, Mehdi Hasan has shown to the public that the emperor has no clothes. And I feel last night basically will seal his fate. Only Trump will pick him up from where he is, but I think Vivek has a lot of competitions. I don't think that's going to work I don't feel Trump is going to get him. That's my prediction. I feel intuitively it's downhill from here for Vivek. That's my prediction. And, let me see if you guys have questions. I'm changing tactics a little bit because I usually leave questions for the end. If you have questions about a topic that I talk about, but I'm trying a little something. It's things a little differently. Anna Webb says, MSN News, Donald Trump suffers 5 legal setbacks in one day. Yay, go for legal. Oh, yeah. I'm not surprised. I know about of 2. I don't know about the others. In one day, wow. Josh Matthews says, we don't need another failed businessman as president. Well, yeah. And you know something? After I watched the video, because I found out about it at first on Twitter, because like every hour or two, I go on Twitter and check for what's new. And that's where I learned about he made a mistake. Vivek made a mistake and let Mehdi Hasan interview him. And you should see the people after that. You would think, they would say, wow, this guy is not what we thought. You know what his supporters are saying? Just like Trump, the mainstream media is against you. And they were trying to say the way Mehdi asked them the question. This was like they were trying to frame him or trap him or something, and like it was unbelievable. Okay, so I think this is it for that one. Judge Matthew says, will any state be successful at keeping Trump off the ballot? I doubt it. I mean, not with the 14th Amendment. I said that yesterday. I believe there is another lawsuit coming. Okay. I wouldn't worry about that lawsuit. What I feel is going to do Trump in, and if you can see it already, Trump is not going to make it. And if he were to make it, I don't see him getting to the White House. I mean, when I say make it, I mean getting the nomination. And by the way, do you guys remember I told you not to believe those polls? There is something going on about people who are doing those polls. It was on MSN yesterday. I read it. Some of them are funny. Okay, so don't go for it. There is some people are playing games with those numbers, and I saw another one right before I came on. They're playing game with that as well. I mean, everyone beats Biden except for one person. I don't remember who that person was, but Christie beats Biden, Trump's beat Biden, you name it, they all beat Biden. I'm like, yeah, right. In any event, there is something else I feel that's going on. I'm going to the second topic. Matt Gaetz threatening to topple I always want to say McCarthy. There is a movement. I mean, well, as I said that, the Marjorie Greene, Gaetz, and these people are always trying to find a way to get their way and threaten McCarthy. But it feels like to me he's going to do things that If he has to use Democrats to stay in that position, he'll do it. That's number one. It feels like to me. That number two. He knows what people and his caucus are doing is wrong, and he's having, this. I don't feel he has any conscience, but he's going to use those talking points, as saying, I don't want to derail the economy of the country. He has ways to say, well, I did this because I don't want to kill the economy of the country. So he has alibis. If he does certain things to remain in power and prevent Republicans from basically, because since they are ready to destroy everything in the path to get to impeach Biden, and they're all doing it under the direction of Trump. Trump is desperate, okay, and Republicans think that by derailing the economy, it's going to work for them. I don't think so. I hope it doesn't happen, but it feels like to me, those people are even more serious today. They are so entrenched into their narrow-mindedness. They want revenge. We should have allowed Trump to get away with all his criminalities and everything else. And we should even accept allow Trump to steal the 2020 election. All those things, all those grievances, they are simmering behind the scene. But it feels like to me, if they can find a way to topple McCarthy and one of them take over, they'll do it. Because that's how angry, and they feed off of each other, but I feel McCarthy is desperate enough. Like I said, it's not because he's a good guy. He's just desperate. He wants to stay in that position. And, he doesn't want to give up the position. He will do anything if he's unable to convince these people from basically destroying our economy, among other things. Because let me tell you this, McCarthy, the way I feel he's thinking is if he allows those people, the MAGAs, to shut down the government, Lord knows what else they're going to do. And also, he's looking, not that he wants to do anything about it, he's looking at what Tuberville is doing. Okay. So McCarthy is asking himself, I don't think he shares this with his caucus, or maybe one or two people that he's close to, that he's known for a long time. He's wondering, given how angry these people are, like Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene and company, they will hurt themselves just so that they hurt someone else. And he doesn't think that he's very smart. But that's not the main reason. The main reason is he doesn't want what happened. Can somebody please tell me, Ryan, the person who was Speaker of the House before Ryan, the way these guys were able to rout out, they got rid of, Ryan left because of Trump. He didn't want to deal with Trump, among other things. The drama that's unfolding right now, the same type of people are still there, causing trouble. But the speaker that was there before Ryan, that they ran out, John Bonner, thank you, Shelley, yes. He doesn't want to let that same people, well, he doesn't want them to win. That's another thing that's driving McCarthy. He wants to send up, thank you, Joel Tilson. He doesn't want to let them win. So there are a couple of things that he's doing. But don't be surprised if these people seriously go after him. But it feels like, as we've heard before, I said it before too, Democrats will step in for one reason, so that, not to allow those bunch of dummies from derailing our economy and the country. And also they know how important it is, the war in Ukraine. If Russia wins, and somebody said it yesterday, it resonated with me. The only reason why Putin is hanging in there and Ukraine is because he's hoping Trump will get back into power so he can do whatever he wants. So the power that be, no, I shouldn't put it that way. I feel like saying people like McConnell who understand the situation, and I feel that's one major reason why McConnell is really going to do, even if he works to his last breath. I don't think that's going to happen. But that's his mindset. He's going to hang into that role. He's going to see the war in Ukraine through. He's not going to give, it feels like to me, intuitively. In fact, I was looking at him this morning when he gave a news conference. I don't know if it was this morning or last evening, but when they asked him about basically what's wrong with him, okay, but I was focusing on him, and I could tell it's like, I'm going to hang on for dear life. I'm not going to give Putin this win. He's going to do everything in his power to make sure that Ukraine gets all the help that it needs. And basically, if Trump wins the nomination, yes, unfortunately, he will vote for Trump again. But it feels like to me McConnell is open to work behind the scenes to thwart another Trump presidency. That's the way I'm getting it. So the people in the House that are trying to think, well, they're a bunch of nihilists anyway. They don't want, thank you very much. They want their way at all, regardless. Thank you very much, Mehdi Hasan, for your generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it. Mehdi says, thank you for your knowledge and support. You're very welcome. Thank you. Yes. They don't want to give Putin, first of all, another win, and he's going to do everything he can to keep Trump out. And let me tell you guys, our government is going to have to make some tough decisions. I mentioned this before, but I feel like repeating it again. And also, yes, somebody posted that Democrats will help McCarthy and McConnell to keep people like Tuberville, Marjorie Taylor Greene and company, because in the eyes of some senators and a lot of people in the House, these people are not acting in the best interest of the country. So, but the person I can't wait, and she will fail. It's a matter of when. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she is so arrogant, and I can't wait to watch her eat her arrogance, and it's coming. I can taste it. So, I know in the coming weeks, it's, the main topic is going. Oh well, two topics. The MAGAs in the House trying to destroy our economy, and in order for them to hopefully they think in 2024 they're going to win the House. Well, they'll have a much larger margin and they will be able to govern. Well, I don't think so, but that's what their plan is, in order for them to do everything that they want to do. But I don't feel they're going to win, and there is a lot of fear right now too. Because I'm seeing the poll numbers that I saw this morning, how it's scaring a lot of people. But I feel like saying, let's not be afraid. We just have to put our thinking cap on. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the way they put the poll this morning that I was seeing, that I'm being shown again, is Biden has a lot of work to do if he wants to win 2024. Yeah, but Biden has not. And other Democrats, I don't feel, are stepping up there is a major fight taking place on Twitter, but on TV land, where most people are watching, because not everyone is on Twitter, they have not stepped up the fight. Biden started doing it, I believe, earlier this week, but it has to be done a lot more, and he has to go after some of the stuff that Trump is for. And also, there's an article this morning. Oh my God, you guys! If you have access to Salon, SALON, that website, they have an article about Trump. I didn't have a chance to read it because I was scanning everything before I came on. It has an article describing what I have been saying to you for at least 6 years now or more, how Trump would behave and what would happen to this country. And a lot of people are not aware of how people like Trump or Vivek or DeSantis would behave, or a lot of other Republicans, by the way, because a lot of them are MAGAs, but we don't know, okay, how they would govern this country and what they would do, the atrocities, what happened in other countries. They would bring it here. I don't see a reason. Well, Trump has done it, okay, but I feel like saying, yes, there's an article on Salon, the website. You can read it. I felt like when I was scanning through it felt like I was listening to myself. What I was saying to you, all of you, for the past 6 years. In any event, but I feel I don't think I'm wrong. They're going to lose. And the chances are they will lose badly. Oh, I know how they put it on the poll. It's just being shown to me. At the bottom of the poll, they said Biden would have to win the 2024 election by a large number. It's just scanned right in front of me. I'm sorry, that's what I meant to say earlier. I mean, when I was explaining the poll and what they said Biden would have to do in order for him to be reelected. And I feel women, young people, and people of good conscience, and I mean people of all races, will go out and make sure people like Trump is never at the White House again. That's my prediction. And as far as Trump is losing his mind, I feel he is, because of his fear. And I don't know how many of you heard the interview he gave about testifying. He said, yes, he would testify. Yeah, I'm sure some of you have seen it this morning on Morning Joe. Yeah, all talk. And they were laughing at him. But the reason why I'm bringing that up, it's not because he's brave. He knows he can't testify. He knows he will not testify. When he said that, what I saw was what he did. Do you guys remember when the very first special prosecutor that was, I forget his name, when during the Russia thing, investigation, the special prosecutor, I don't remember his name, when Trump said he was going to testify and all blah, 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 and Comey, no, not Comey, not Comey. Comey was the head of the FBI. But and then when it was time for him to testify, he ran away. Robert Mueller, thank you very much, Latrice Smith. Yes, Robert Mueller. When he said he was going to testify, and yes, Shelley S., thank you, Mueller. Yes, Mueller. And he backed off. That's what I was seeing when they were talking about it this morning. So no, he won't testify. He's a coward, and things are going to get very dramatic and worse for Trump, because I don't know how many of you watched I told you guys the judge, that young judge in Georgia. I believe his name is McAffee, or something like that. This guy, I feel I was right. And you see how he went yesterday? He didn't take 10 years to make a decision. And they were talking about it and on Morning Joe and last night as well, on different shows on MSNBC. So I feel I was right. This guy, yes, so I was right, McAffee. Thank you, Midridge. Yeah. I remember the McAffee because that's my antivirus. That's what I associated with. That's the only reason why I remember. Otherwise, I would not have remembered. Thank you, Joel Tilson. So this guy is pretty smart. And as I was watching him, he's pretty logical, you know. So I feel he's going to do a very good job. We're not going to like everything, all his decisions. You know, I wish he would do. I wish he would watch my videos. I would tell him, but unfortunately, that can't happen. But he's a pretty smart guy. He's not in the tank for Trump. And I was focusing on him. There's no way. Okay. The way I am seeing this, the way he feels about this whole Trump saga, he respects the judgeship, okay, the position, the obligations that he has, responsibilities. He's not going to do what Cannon has done. Let's put it that way. He feels there is a level of decorum, and there are certain things when you do them as a judge, you know, your decisions are important and they affect people's lives. And he feels like what Trump has done to this country is a couple of steps, you know, low. He's not going to stoop to that level. So he's not going to do anything against Trump. But the reason why I'm explaining it to you this way, he's not going to do a Cannon in Georgia. This guy is very smart. He knows who he is. And he's going to be fair. Like I said, we're not going to like all these decisions. But, yeah. But it's going to be fun to watch Trump eat crow in that courtroom. Yes, it's going to be fun, my friend. Oh, my God. Mildred Edge says, I am baking my celebratory cake. I'm baking. Sorry. I got to redo my desk, but I have so many other things I'm trying to do because like this, it's difficult for me to see. Anyway, Joel Tyson is asking, will Judge Cannon being removed? I don't think so. I feel she'll remove herself because like I told you the other day, the people who would go after Cannon, I don't see Jack Smith. Cannon doesn't face Jack Smith at all because it feels like to me Jack Smith is pretty sure of the cases he has against Trump. Even if Cannon was to decide to do something stupid in Florida, he's going to nail Trump either in D.C. or someplace else. That's the way I'm getting him. But he's pretty confident about the case he has against Trump in Florida. Regardless of the shenanigans that Cannon pulls, this is not going to bode well for Trump. And Trump knows it. That's why he's freaking out. Yes, Trump is not doing well. Okay, let's see. Oh my God, time is flying. All right, let's see. I'm glad Electra Sum agrees with me. Electra Sum says that judge in Georgia seems smart and fair. He's a very smart. Well, he's a very smart young guy. Yogi Bessa McAffee is a no-nonsense judge. Exactly. That's the feeling I'm getting too. And he's not going to lower himself to give Trump a pass. That I am certain. Okay. And you know what? I don't think even people will approach him. That's the other thing I am getting with him. You know, like Cannon, you know, friends of friends. This guy is not playing that. Just like that show on TV, he don't play that. Let's put it that way. Marsha Green says, thanks, Milo, for your wisdom and comments. You're very welcome. Thank you for your support. Okay, let's see if there is. Shelley S. says, I watched the pre-trial stuff in Fulton County yesterday. I agree with the lecture. Oh, yeah. Me too. Sandra Peterson says 150 witnesses, Miru. Yes, I heard. But that's one thing I almost forgot. Thank you for posting that, Sandra Peterson. A lot of people are doubting Fani. I think they are making a mistake. They are underestimating that woman. Yes, 150 is a lot, and somebody said something last night. I don't remember if it was Odano or the lady before him. I always forget her name. And they were saying they may not, or they can call these people if they call that many, but they would probably be on the stand for about 5-10 minutes. And also, like I said yesterday, because I repeated what I heard, because I watched a little bit of it before I came on yesterday, they said these people, it's like one crime family, they were all doing the same thing to keep Trump in power. I'm just putting it that way, paraphrasing. So they are guilty of the same crimes. But a lot of people are saying maybe it's too much and stuff. I feel, like I've said, the only way you won't make any mistakes is if you don't do anything. Fani Willis, I'm sure she will drop something somewhere along the line and make a mistake. That's to be expected. But I trust her instinct. I feel she's a very smart woman. She's very capable. She knows what she's doing. She's not a green prosecutor. She's not new. And she's worked as a lawyer doing other things. So she's a well-rounded DA. That's what I feel like saying. So I feel a lot of people are going to be surprised at her performance. That's what I feel like saying. Okay. Andrew Ditch says we are getting millennial judges now. Oh yeah. Sandra Peterson says yes, Milo MSNBC already began to bash her, saying that yes, I know that the case is grumbling. I don't think so. Some of those lawyers on MSNBC, a few of them, there's a little bit of jealousy there too, or they want to show that they are good. They're doing the same thing on CNN too. A couple of them, they said, she's probably biting more than she can chew. I'm like, watch her. Because, do you guys remember I told you she's just like Jack Smith? She's very detailed. And remember, guys, I told you it's like she had a flow of how she wants things to go. So it's going to be very hard to surprise her. That's the way I'm getting her. It's not impossible, but it's going to be very hard. All right, friends. Let's see. Thank you, Sandra Peterson, for reminding everyone to please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. Okay. I have some slot open. If anyone would like to talk to me later, feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you like the channel, please subscribe, and also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. I want to say thank you to everyone for your support and for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. Time flew. It's going really fast. I can't believe today is Thursday. And if you would like a reading for me, besides calling me, if you want to do it online, that's fine too. You can go to my website and make an appointment. And I believe this is it. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. Again, everyone, thank you for your support. Thank you for spending time with me. I appreciate it. I know I cut this a little short because I lost track of time and I have to do something else. Sorry about that. I will see you all tomorrow, same time, unless something major breaks. I don't think so. Later. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day or evening. Bye. See you tomorrow.